G'day everyone, I'm the Red Scar and this is Red Scar Gaming. I'm just doing a quick summary of basically the draft that I've had with this Grixis Fairy deck. It was ultimately supposed to be Control. I don't think in hindsight it did a terribly good version of Control. Though yeah, I'm basically just going to go through and think about why. Snare Master Sprite, I mean, it's certainly not a win con, but I got a little bit of use out of it. It was alright. I don't think I even drew Disdainful Stroke at all, which, I mean, it's not its fault, really. Barrow Naughty was, yeah, good. I got a bit of use out of it. I don't think I won any games from it, but that's alright. Likeness Looter, in hindsight, it was a pretty, well, it didn't perform very well for me. And yeah, look, maybe it's just I didn't play it at the right time or something. In hindsight, Obira, which I pronounced wrong last time, Obira is I probably could have used that a bit better. Because yeah, I should have been playing that a little bit more early game. The few opportunities that I got, but look, that's all right. So long as I learn from my mistakes, basically. I didn't even draw Frolicking Familiar, I don't think, so, I mean, it didn't perform at all. Mocking Sprite did well, though maybe I could have built my deck a little bit more around it to make it a bit more useful, but look, whether it's something I should avoid drafting or not, I'm not sure, but yeah, I didn't do much with it. Chump blocked a few times. Quick Study did well, well enough. It teamed up well with Mocking Sprite, actually. I'm not even sure I drew that at all either. But yeah, would have been good. Minecart Daredevil, I drew a few times. I don't think I even played it though. Most of my games were over pretty quickly. But yeah, I didn't get much of a chance to put it on the field anyway. The Fell Horseman, I only drew once, and I did get a little bit of use out of it, though not quite enough that I think I'd draft it next time. In this situation anyway. I definitely didn't draw Taken by Nightmares. Edgewall Packer got a few times, and I was happy with it. Someone, I think it was fourth game, someone destroyed target dog, which I was a bit disappointed about, but I mean, hey, that's alright, I have an opponent. Obira's Attendance I didn't play at all. The Desperate Parry would have been really useful. At least early game, but yeah, I just didn't get it early enough. Into the Fey Court, I did draw once, I think, but I had to discard it. Once again, I have an opponent, so I've got to deal with that. Maybe I shouldn't have drafted it, but I mean, look, that's debatable. More games would have been nice, but I only played 4, so I lost 3. Scream Puff I did play. Had the game I did play it in go a bit longer, it probably would have been a bit more influential. But yeah, it was basically just an effective blocker at the time. Bellowing Bruiser I was happy with. I didn't get to use Beta Path in this particular draft. But yeah, look, maybe that's just because I didn't get much of a chance to attack without utilizing flyers anyway. So yeah, I just sort of didn't need Beta Path in this particular case. I don't think I put the haste aspect of it to use much. So maybe in this particular draft, Bellowing Bruiser was a bit too much mana for me. But yeah, look, I mean, I'm certainly not complaining about it. But yeah, Balunna's Gatekeeper. I think I played the giant side of it once, and entry denied once as well. Still happy with how Balunna's Gatekeeper worked as far as a draft. Yeah, I could have done a little better with it maybe. As far as, yeah, it might have just been a drop more or something like that. Land distribution was pretty right, though. I think it was a few games I could have used a few mountains more. Though in hindsight, maybe I just needed to drop the daredevils, so I needed less mountain or something like that. But yeah, as far as what I drafted and should have didn't kept or whatever, yeah, I'll ignore the other colours just because I chose the colours. Freeze in place. Maybe I could have kept one of those in, but yeah, sort of what to take out. Maybe ice out, but I mean I didn't draw it anyway, so didn't really matter. Maybe it should have been drop my 4 red cards and put in say freeze in place, spell start or something like that. Water wings. Yes, I didn't. I'm not a huge fan of spell starter anyway. Though, yeah, maybe in hindsight it could have been a bit more useful. Because most of my games I pretty much lost early game. Even if I hung on for a little while, but it could have been a lot more influential maybe. Water wings, I'm still pretty happy that I didn't keep that. Uh, though yeah, like because there was a few times maybe I could have used the hexproof aspect of it, but yeah, look, nothing to note about in particular. Diminisher Witch, yeah, still not a huge fan of that card anyway. Um, and for 3 mana, it didn't really line up with anything else. Maybe instead of Daredevil, but yeah, even then I'm still happy with Daredevil overall. Hello, where are we? Yeah, Merfolk Coralsmith. I'm just not a fan of it in draft anyway, and yeah, feel free to tell me off in the comments below. Just come to the cold. Yeah, would have helped maybe. But it would have just slowed my opponent down is all that does, and I certainly didn't get much of an opportunity to attack with Edgewall Pack and Bellowing Bruiser and that sort of thing. My bigger side of the board. Chancellor of Tales, while it is a pretty good card, I don't have enough adventures, so yeah, I'm pretty happy I kept that one out. Wicked Visitor, yeah, certainly, again, it's a good enough card, yeah, just didn't have enough enchantments. Sweet Tooth Witch, yeah, didn't really need that either. I suppose there may have been a few situations where food would have been useful, but yeah, sort of clutching at straws there. Voracious Vermin, yeah, similar sort of thing. There might have been a situation or two that would have been good in, but yeah, for 3 mana at least in this sense, I'm pretty happy with my choices there. Stingblade Assassin, probably one I should have kept, especially if I was dropping red, because it's essentially a destroy target creature, and there was enough situations there that I had chump blockers to block with, so yeah, maybe I should have kept Stingblade Assassin in there somewhere, instead of Daredevil, Bruiser, something like that. Monstrous Rage, Monstrous Rage, yeah, still a good card, but it is more of an aggressive side. Maybe I should have gone more aggressive because the control aspects of it didn't seem to pay off. Maybe it was just luck of the draw, but we're just not sure. And Skewer Slinger, it's not a win con anyway, but yeah, for 2 mana, I would have been going a lot more. Get rid of Disdainful Stroke or something like that for Skewer Slinger. Still would have been a little bit of control, but yeah, I'm not real sure. But yeah, in the long run of that, maybe I should have dropped red, and yeah, Likeness Looter is probably the more disappointing card in that. But I did draw it fairly often, didn't I? I think it was 3 games actually that I had Likeness Looter. Yeah, maybe it's simply I drew it too often. Anyway, ultimately though, it was a fun draft, and draft always is fun, even a bad draft. But yeah, I don't think I'll play much Grixis again, maybe even much blue. Yeah, though I do like Gatekeeper in particular. Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on that draft. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.